Sir, please have a seat. I wasn't aware that you would be joining us this evening. It's a pleasure to see you. As always, I can assume that you are interested in joining in on a friendly game of Voltorb Flip. Excellent. Well, this table has the best odds in the house, I can assure you, so you should feel right at home with your normal and expected excellence. Before we begin, can we offer you a beverage, a little bite to eat, anything? A beverage. I can assume the usual. Our finest glass of milk. Of course, coming right up. Please bring our finest and most chilled glass of milk that we have. Hurry. Your milk will be here ever so shortly. Allow me to get a brief reset of the cards here. Once again, I was not aware or told by our staff that the great Team Rocket Meowth would be joining us this evening in the casino, so this is quite the pleasant surprise. I can assume that your recent escapades, exploits in the field have been quite lucrative, and you're here for a little bit of rest and relaxation. I thought so. Your reputation precedes you greatly. It seems as though ever since you ditched that previous partnership, your career has taken off, and you've gained quite the admiration of all of us here at Team Rocket, and we would be so lucky as to be partnered with you on any mission. So I am thrilled to have you at my table. Just one more moment. Have you had any interesting missions completed recently? Really? Please tell. My, that does sound quite interesting and quite the caper's dream. If I do say so myself, it sounds like you are the right feline for the job. Well, let's go ahead and get our first deal. Would you care for a cut? Of course, right down the middle. The Meowth usual. Alright. I know you are no stranger to the rules of Voltorb Flip. Tonight we have a gambler special, meaning that any gambler that is revealed, as long as it's not the last card in the row, can initiate a double down on your original bet if you are so inclined to do so. Alright, and there's your milk. Please do enjoy. Looks like our staff has spared no expense in this particular glass, so please tell me if you enjoy, and if not, please don't hesitate to send it back and we will fetch you another quickly. Now, before we begin, what would you like your buy-in to be? Alright, 20,000. And would you like those in $1, $5, or $10,000 chips? Or a singular 20? Alright, you'd like 10 ones and the remainder in 5s. Excellent. So let's get those ones first. We have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, and 10,000. Perfect. And then we have 5,000 and 10,000 there for a 10, 15, and $20,000 buy-in. Now with that completed, where would you like your first bet to be placed? All right, row 1 and 1,000. Excellent. So, good luck, my friend. And we have a psychic energy, a psychic energy, psychic energy, and a psychic energy. Well done, well done, my friend. No surprise there. Your casino prowess is well known in these parts and is quite regarded as simply the best. So I'm not surprised that your first hand was so successful. Just a quick shuffle and we will be back to business. All right, and your cut down the middle again. Very well. And let's begin. Off to a good start. I assumed when I saw you sit down that we would be having a very wonderful evening together. Of course, we will keep this table private, and any one foolish enough to think that they deserve a seat at a Meowth table is sure to be escorted from the building immediately. Now, your next bet. 1,000 on column 1. Very well. And good luck. And we have a psychic energy. A gambler. Would you like to double down? Very well. A double down. Best of luck. A psychic energy and another psychic energy. Well done again. It looks like your foresight, if you will, to double down there when the gambler was shown on the second card was well placed. How is that glass of milk? Excellent. I'm glad to hear it. We do have some of the finest moo milk this side of Kanto. And your cut down the middle. Why change a good thing? My thoughts exactly. Alright, let's go ahead and get that next hand dealt, and let's get you on your way to your next winning bet. And your next bet. 2,000 on row 2. Very well. Good luck. And we have a psychic energy. A psychic energy. Psychic energy. And a psychic energy. Would you look at that? We have your third winning hand in a row. I must say that you're doing quite well, as to be expected, with someone of your instincts and prowess for thrill and adventure. You would most likely be amused to know that your former associates, Jesse and James, actually, are employed here at the casino. Yes, well, let's say they failed the boss one too many times, and unlike you, they failed to realize their potential. So they were put to a much better use here. Of course, I will make sure that they are designated to another area of the casino. I know such things can be quite awkward at times, so not a problem at all. Excuse me. Make sure that Jesse and James are sent to the east wing of the casino, please. Thank you. Taken care of. All right. Your cut. Down the middle, of course. And the next hand is on its way. And I can safely assume the next win. You've already accumulated quite the healthy stack of white chips there. So are you in R&R City for very long, or are you simply here for a quick stop before your next outing? Playing things close to the vest. Of course. Your next bet. 4,000. We have 3 and 4. Where would you like your $4,000 bet to be placed? Column 2. Good luck. And psychic energy. Psychic energy, excuse me. Psychic energy, and can we get another one? Psychic energy. I must say, I'm quite impressed. 4,000. Back to you. Even for a rocket veteran such as yourself, this is quite impressive and quite unusual that someone has such a stroke of luck so early in the game. Your reputation does not disappoint. You don't say. 1,000. Well, I very much appreciate such generosity. It's quite the payday for me, if I can be quite bold. All right, well, your next cut. Down the middle. Of course, I will obviously continue to ask for your next cut. I would be foolish to assume the actions of a rocket admin like you. It's always wise, and I tell this to all of the grunts that I train, it's always wise for a Team Rocket member to know their place and know their role and see and recognize greatness like I see in front of me, and offer the much due respect that's deserved when they interact with someone above their pedigree. Your next bet. 2,000. Row 3. Good luck. And a psychic energy. A gambler. What do you say? Double down. 2,000 additionally. Psychic energy and a psychic energy. We have a $4,000 payout. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very well done. Very well done indeed. Have you stopped by to pay your respects to the boss? I'm sure he would be quite thrilled to see you. And where would you like your next bet to be placed, and for how much? 2,000 on column 3. Very well. Best of luck. We have a psychic energy, and we have unfortunately, we have our first Voltorb. Not to be discouraged, that is your very first Voltorb of the game, so I must say that I wouldn't get too used to seeing that come across your table. Let's just get a quick shuffle and reset. Can I offer you another glass of milk, perhaps? Of course, just let me know when you're ready. And you'd like to switch it up just a bit off the top. Perfect. That might just be the recipe for getting back on the right track in terms of luck. All right, and your next bet? 5,000. Quite bold indeed. Row 3. Best of luck. We have a psychic energy, a psychic energy, psychic energy, and a psychic energy. Very well done. Well played. 5,000. Back to you. I knew that cut off the top was exactly what you needed to get back where you wanted to be. All right, shall we keep it off the top? As you wish. And the next hand is all but ready. Your next bet. 5,000 again. Column 4. Best of luck. We have a psychic energy, psychic energy, psychic energy, and psychic energy. Once again, my friend, I am all but shocked at how successful you not only carry yourself, you not only appear, but you also come through and display with your gambling prowess here at the table. Something to behold, that is for sure. Have you heard any word or come across yourself that particular trainer that Team Rocket has been after for some time, and that pesky Pikachu? We have several agents in the field designated to capturing the target, but he simply eludes us. If only we could get our hands on that Pikachu, I know it would turn the tide. Well, his luck might just run out if he's unfortunate enough to have Meowth placed on the case, so he should count his days and consider himself lucky that you have not yet been placed on his trail. All right, your next bet. 2,000. Alright, row 1. Best of luck. We have a psychic energy, a psychic energy, psychic energy, and psychic energy. And once again, you are a winner. Well done, my friend. Well done. Let's get that hand dealt. And your next bet. 10,000. And where would you like that 10,000 to be placed? Row 2. Good luck. We have a psychic energy, a gambler. Would you like to double down? Of course. A double down and a psychic energy. I must say, revealing a gambler on the second to last card is the absolute best and most opportune time to double down, since your odds of the next card being a Voltorb are at their most minimum. So very well played. I must say you've done quite well for yourself and are sure to have quite the relaxing and enjoyable evening with such a large stack of chips. Even for a practitioner of payday like yourself. Alright, care for a cut? Back to the middle. Very well. Let's see about that next hand. All right, your next bet. 5,000. And row 4, or column 4, rather. Good luck. We have a psychic energy. A psychic energy. A gambler, would you care to double down? And of course you would. Why not? And we have a psychic energy. Well done. I must say, you are quite the wizard of Voltorb Flip. And it's a good thing that you are one of us, or there might be some questions raised upstairs. But we obviously love to see one of our highest ranking members do so well and have such a wonderful time. Milk in hand, blue and red lights overhead, just a wonderful evening, a stack of chips in your pocket. It's just a perfect way to end the night. You'd like to cash out? Well, I must say that I don't blame you. Why not enjoy yourself? Let's go ahead and see what the winnings were. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and $50,000. Well done. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 and 11,000. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and $11,000 for 50, 11, 11, making $72,000. I must say that you have done extremely well, and it was a pleasure to serve you this evening. Please stop by my table anytime you can, day or night. It's not a problem, and it's always such a pleasure to see you when I do. And good luck in the field. Have a wonderful evening.